Hello? Anyone there? What's this? Anchor? What the fuck is that?
If you have a podcast, Anchor is your one place to distribute your podcast. It is 100% free and you can get paid right away, no matter what the size of your show. And you can record, edit, and many other tools on the website or app. Go to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Don't have a podcast, sorry. Bye.
This episode is brought to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. Learn more at slashandcast.net.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Boogeyman is real, and you found him.
Don't you blame the movies! Movies don't create psychos! Movies make psychos more creative!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Slasher Cast, the podcast where we talk horror and nothing but horror, brought to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network and brought to you by my YouTube channel, Slasher Media. How you doing, guys? Hope you have a very nice day and welcome back to a brand new episode. The network is growing. Some news first. The network is growing really fucking fast. We've got loads of podcasts a part of the Slash and Cast network. There's also the YouTube channel's growing. I think it's, last time I checked, it's on 290 something. Yeah, 290. I can't remember, like 290 something. Anyway, it's 200 something. But about that, our episodes are obviously up there anyway. And yeah, again, I'm joined by this guy.
Okay, I like it how you point that way and not this way.
I know
it's me.
I know it's, awkward.
Yeah, it's me. Hi, everyone. It's Tyler. I'm the other co-host of this shit.
Don't call our show shit, you cunt.
Well, it's not a masterpiece, is it? It's not a Leonardo da Vinci work.
If Leonardo da Vinci did a horror podcast, then I'd agree with you, but fuck off.
I mean, he invented the flying machine.
Okay, just because we're both playing Assassin's Creed 2.
I'm playing Brotherhood now.
He's playing Brotherhood, I'm playing 2.
And then as soon as I finish Revelations, it's skipping all the way to freaking Syndicate because I've already played all the others. I've already played all the others before.
Oh, fair enough. I'm playing them in order, but I can't play the first one. That's why I skipped the second game.
I have the first one, but
I do
slow for me.
I do have the first one on like the 360 disc, but it won't. I think it's damaged to the point where it just can't be used anymore. So, it's all right. First one wasn't my favorite anyway. Second game's my favorite because Ezio is my favorite assassin.
Everyone says Ezio's favorite assassin.
Not everyone. A lot of people don't like Ezio, but I just like his story.
Some people say Edward Kenway is their favorite as well from Black
Yeah, I think people say that because he created his like own journey. Like he wasn't like born into being an assassin like Ezio was, but
he was born as a pirate.
That doesn't bother me. It's like he stole that. But what else have you been up to?
Nothing really. Been eating, sleeping, rinse and repeat.
I watched Ready or Not for the first time the other day. Great film.
How was it?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I've reviewed both of the American Werewolf films. American Wolf in London and American Wolf in Paris. American Wolf in Paris was shit. This next week and the week after, I'll be reviewing the Babysitter films.
The first one's alright. I watched the second one the other day.
I thought it was alright. It were okay. It
does the job.
It had its like flaws, but what film doesn't?
Back to the Future, Star Wars,
Back to
Jurassic
the
Park.
Future and Star Wars do have their flaws.
Nah, not.
So are you
not Back to
saying
the Future,
every Star Wars film has no flaws?
Oh no! Attack of the Clones, worst Star Wars film ever. Obviously, you can't deny that.
I can't, but it did lead off to a TV show. So without that, we wouldn't have that amazing TV show.
Yeah, without the catastrophic disaster that was Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got that TV show. So can't say anything. We wouldn't have got Clone Wars.
But then we got Rebels.
Rebels is fine. I don't mind it. But yeah, today's episode, guys, we are continuing our breakdown of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. We've done the first two films, so today we're on my second favorite Nightmare film, Dream Warriors. What's your second favorite film? What's your top three Nightmare films? Mine goes 3. One for me is the first one. Then it goes Dream Warriors, and then for me it's Dream Master. Dream Master does follow
similar.
one. Dream Master follows on, but
mine's similar. Mine's first one, Dream Master, and I said New Nightmare, mainly because they were directed by Wes Craven, so they have like a slight different take.
Yeah.
Like then this one, because this one is to me.
It does has its pros and cons, but for me it does what it needs to do, and I think it's really good. I like the characters. The characters are really cool.
Yeah, the direction they took was weird, I think.
I just like the idea of dream powers. Like, it's a cool idea. Right. So, without further ado, I guess we should just start.
Yes. I started last time, so it should be you that starts this time.
Did you start last time?
Yes, I did.
Right. I know. As you remember, guys, we do just get the fandom wiki and just go read from the plot.
Yeah,
by the way,
description.
We're recording this differently. We're recording this with Zoom's recorder itself instead of external recorder. So, shouldn't be any hassle. Right, so a year after the events of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge film, Kristen Parker is stalked by Freddy Krueger while making a model of the house occupied by the protagonist of the first two movies. Kristen's mum sends her to bed. I'll read the thingy one. In a dream, Kristen finds herself and her bed in front of the Elm Street house. Good opener, because these films always open with someone in a dream.
Well, it is the plot, mainly.
Yeah, it's like how Saw always opens with a trap.
A trap, yeah. Right. And Friday the 13th always starts with people dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that doesn't really help, does it?
It's inaccurate. That doesn't really help. Friday the 13th doesn't have like that kind of thing. But
yeah, it doesn't help, but it's pretty much accurate.
Yeah. Nightmare does. Saw does. Right. Read the next.
Okay. Also, in front of the house are 3 children playing jump rope, 2 children throwing a ball to each other, and 1 child riding a tricycle. She follows the child on the tricycle into the house. In Kristen's dream, she becomes restrained by Freddy in a bathroom, and he slashes her wrists. Kristen's mother finds her awake with a wrist cut and a razor in her hand. which makes her appear like an attempted
Yeah, well,
suicide.
I never got this. Like, her mum sends her to this like psychiatric hospital for slitting her wrists. Like, who has a parent ever done that? I've never known a parent do that.
They want to keep safe.
Or was it just like a thing back then? Like,
well, when was the film? This film was meant like in the 80s.
Yeah, it might have just been like a thing back then. Because I'm just saying, like, I've never heard anyone do that.
Still protective mother, maybe. I don't know.
Her mother doesn't seem to care much. Like, her mother's a bit weird. It's kind of like a weird situation with her mother, because she seems to care, but she seems not to care at the same time.
I know some people don't express, like, physically that they care, but like, mentally they might.
Because when you look at Sydney's parents, and then you look, Sydney's mum and Nancy. I've got
You're
Scream.
thinking of bringing Scream.
I've got fucking Scream on my mind, right?
I know Wes Craven directed Scream as well.
Yes.
But
it's not that I've been watching Scream, so I've got Scream on my mind. Nancy. When you look at Nancy's mum and this girl's mum, even the guy in the second film's parents, right? They were all the fucking same. Like, they were all the same. Actually, not in the second one, but in Nancy's case and in this case, it's the same thing. They both are hiding the fact that they helped kill Freddy from their kids. And they just don't, like, there's all these cases of kids dying in their dreams and saying that this one guy did it, and no parents come out and said anything. Like, no one believes them. It makes no sense. Like, someone at some point has to realize that, oh wait, our kids might actually have something here. But yeah, but it's whatever. Parents in these films are apparently fucking dumb.
They don't want to believe in supernatural shit. That's not the norm.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door.
You really don't sound like a child.
4, 5. I've got it wrong now.
You ruined it. Nope, that's it.
No, I'm doing it again. Fuck off. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. 7, 8, stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. There you go. Did it.
Wow, I'm sure the fans were groaning at that.
I know that was terrible, but you know, you've got at one point we had to get that in here.
Not particularly. I think everyone would know.
It's just such. It's just.
I know you already messed it up.
I know, but whatever. You fucking do it next time then.
Nah, because it's.
I'm getting you to do it next time. You're doing it. You're doing it next time. I'll
do the parody version.
What parody version?
There's parody versions, you know.
Is there? Yeah. Kristen is taken to the Westin Hills Asylum for observation. I can't read. When the elderly tries to sedate her, she loses control and defends herself with a scalpel while singing Freddy's jump rope rhyme. Nancy Thompson, original film series, enters the room and completes the last verse. Kristen immediately feels a bond with Nancy and hugs her. Right, this is the thing. Right.
Yes.
Everyone was confused why Nancy was back in this movie.
I don't see the confusion.
Right. Here's the thing.
She survived.
Listen,
that's it.
Listen. First film, with the ending. Apparently, that was supposed to signify that Freddy's still alive and that he died. Right? In the second film, they said that she went crazy and saw her boyfriend die, and apparently she died. And in this film, she's back, and now she's been working. Now she's like a psychiatrist. I don't know how much sense this makes, unless it's like somehow I don't know. That's what people said, but to me, it does make sense that she's alive. That's what some people say, that it doesn't kind of make sense how she's in this film.
Well, to you, it doesn't make sense at all.
But to me, it makes sense. No, I like when they bring her back, because I think when she dies in this film, it's kind of...
Oh, yeah, spoilers, she dies in this film.
Whatever, people should know by now. But when she does die in this film, it's more... what is it? It's more...
It's more sad. Just say that.
More sad.
You were trying to think of a smart word.
Yeah, so I was, but it didn't come out. By this time, all the Elm Street children have been killed by Freddy, except for a few who are committed to Western Hill Psychiatric Hospital. Aside from Kristen, the survivors are Roland, Kincaid, Philip Anderson. Oh, wait, there's names. Roland Kincaid, played by Phil. Wait, is it? Is that?
No, nope. They don't have names.
Oh,
it's not like Friday
I thought it was actors. Roland Kincaid, Philip Anderson, Jennifer Clawfield, Will Stanton, Tyron White. Oh, you know about you?
No,
Stanton. Will Stanton.
Yeah.
Tyron White and Joey Crussell, Nancy Thompson. Nancy Thompson is a graduate student researching dreams and is assigned there for research purposes.
Okay.
Well then.
I have to correct you when you get your names wrong.
I'm bad at names. Everybody should know this by now.
Yeah, it's Jennifer Caulfield, not Caulfield.
Right. Got you. I'm just bad at names. Especially when it's like people with like 80s, 90s, or like olden days have like names that I can't pronounce.
Well, you'll be bad in either freaking Asia or freaking Africa.
Yeah, I know. Well, go on, continue.
Neil Gordon, the psychiatrist assigned to the children, at first it's apprehensive about Nancy's presence. He tells her that he believes the children are suffering from a group delusion and will go to any extremes not to sleep. In a talk with her, he discovers that by accident that Nancy is taking a drug known as Hypnosil.
Which does show up. It's Hypnosil.
Hypnosil.
It's Hypnosil. Hypnosil.
Okay, so
it's hard to say. It's hard to say really fast. It's Hypnosil. But that actually drug shows up later on. It does show up in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
It comes back in Freddy vs. Jason as like the main thing that the kids need to get.
Which we'll get to in like 4 more films, I think.
Yeah, we've got Dream Master, Dream Child,
New Nightmare,
Freddy's Dead, New Nightmare, then
the remake.
And then remake, and then Freddy vs. Jason. So we've got 5 more. We've got 5 more to go.
Yes. Okay.
Pretty much.
Later research shows that that is an experimental drug that is not yet approved by the FDA and is used to suppress dreams. Nancy goes to speak to Kristen's mom. Yeah, it says mom.
It's American, mum.
Yeah, Nancy goes to speak to Kristen's mom.
Can you stop taking piss? Fucking hell. I hate it when Americans take the piss out of England, but we don't have to do it back to them. Jeez.
No, it's funny.
Just go on, jeez.
Only to discover the house that Kristen made a model of. She brings it to her own home. Okay.
The night That night, Freddy attacks Kristen, turning into a snake and trying to eat her. But Kristen pulls Nancy into her dream. Though startled, Nancy is able to repel Freddy long enough for Kristen to pull them out of the dream. I like that scene. Do you know that scene kind of reminds me of like Beetlejuice a bit?
It does a bit.
It does a bit because there's that scene where Beetlejuice turns into a snake. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I was thinking the quote as well. Like, I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that quote.
I'm your boyfriend now.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. Fuck it. All right. Gee, that's a bit. A series of events happens the following day. Nancy learns more about Kristen's ability to pull people into her dreams. Then Nancy is in, because she says that she used to do it to her father, that her dad. She used to pull her dad into her dreams, but he died.
Her father.
Shut up. Pull people into their dreams, and Nancy is introducing the kids through a group session, having dinner together. Nancy requests that Neil prescribe Hypnosil to the patients, but he refuses. Meanwhile, Freddy controls Philip like a puppet, using his tendons and severs them with his claw, causing him to fall out the window, making it appear as a suicide. This is what I don't get. Like, most of the ones in this appear to be suicides.
But how could you rip out your tendons and fall out of the window?
Well, it's in the dream. It's in the dream.
I know it's in the dream, but it still happens in real life.
No, it don't. It don't.
It doesn't.
His tendons are still in his body when he drops.
Oh.
If you watch the scene,
yeah,
when you see him actually walking with his hands out and that, when it's not showing the dream, he does end up having his tendons still inside him. It's just that it's in the dream where his tendons are out.
So it's ripped apart from the inside.
Yeah, he's a sleepwalker. But what weirds me out though is when he's walking from his room to the hallway, somehow, without opening a door, he just phases through it. Like, in the whole scene, he just phases through a fucking door. I never understood that at all.
That
scene just baffles me.
Well, they get powers, don't they? Maybe friggin' Phil's power was to phase through doors.
Just read. Just read.
You don't like it?
I don't like that idea at all. Because he only has, they're called dream powers for a reason. He can only use them in dream. He uses them in real life. And by the way, there's a nurse sat at the bloody desk and she's just reading and can't see this guy looking like he's... Just go. Read.
At the group session the following day, Sims has decided that all the patient rooms will be locked and that there will be a policy of evening sedation going forward. Kincaid protests and earns himself a night in the quiet room. Neil is so rattled by what happens that he convinces Sims to start prescribing Hypnosil, which they attempt to get the next day.
I'm just saying this though, there's a nurse in this who I fucking hate.
Oh,
do you know that head nurse? That old woman head nurse in the film.
Yeah.
She's an absolute cunt. I hate her with a passion. She annoys the hell out of me. She's just like, her character is so frustrating. You've got all these kids who are just like, saying they're in the same dream and everything, but she's like, no, it don't matter. It's all right. It's fine. It's all right, isn't it? Oh, fuck off. Like, 2 people have bloody died, and you're not understanding, are you?
People die every day. It's still a big deal.
People die every day. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's all right,
die by
it's fine.
suicide. It's fine.
People commit suicide every day, but it's all right, isn't it?
Wow, that too soon.
She acts like that's what she acts like, that she doesn't care about her patients.
Yeah, when it's like their job to
that's
care.
their job to care, but when it comes to doing their job, they're fucking bad at
care.
They're bad at it. Oh,
their job is to care, but they don't care.
I know. Right, where are we?
Yeah, it's still me.
Yeah, sure. I know.
Later that evening, Jennifer convinces Max to let her stay awake and watch TV. She falls asleep and Freddy's arms and head.
Can I say the line?
TV. I knew you were going to say that.
Let me say it.
He grabs Jennifer and tells her.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
He pulls her into the TV, killing her.
I love that fucking line. Last week, this week, as of this recording, but for you guys watching this last week, I did a ranking of my favourite horror villain quotes.
And that's like in the top.
That's number one.
Of course, it's number one.
It's number one. I think third one was that's number one. Third one was what were it now? It were a top four. Yeah, that was number one. Where are we? Right, there we go. While attending Jennifer's funeral, by the way, there's only one funeral in this film, actually. This is the only funeral in the movie.
Wow. What? They don't care about anybody.
Yeah, that first guy, he doesn't get a funeral, does he?
But Jennifer, who sticks her head in the TV and dies,
she gets one. It's because they probably just had like one budget for one funeral.
Imagine not having enough money for two funerals.
I know. Attending Jennifer's funeral, Neil notices a nun. This is Freddy's mother, by the way. Walking by the gravestone upon searching her, she gives her name as Sister Mary Helena. Upon telling the sister that his faith is science, the nun tells him it is a sad choice. She tells him the only way to save the children is to put the unclean spirit to rest before he can ask her any question. Nancy appears and the nun is gone. Neil is
seems logical.
Yeah. But the thing is that I think she's in this one and the third one, the nun, Freddy's mother.
This is the third one.
Oh, yeah, she's in this one and I think she's in the next one. And that's it.
Can you count?
Yes, somehow. Neil is confused by all the strange events going on, so Nancy decides to tell him about Freddy. Nancy, Neil, Kincaid, Tyron. How do you say? Is it Tyron?
I think it's Taryn.
Taryn.
I think it's Taryn.
Joey and I can't believe what fucking hell, Joe. I forgot about Joey. I forgot about what Joey does. It's hard to think about. You know what scene I'm on about?
It's coming up.
Yeah. And Kristen do a group hypnosis and all enter the dream world simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Their words. In which Kincaid, Taryn, Will, and Kristen all have special powers.
Some reason.
Joey sneaks off after a nurse whom he has a crush on, who turns out to be Freddy in disguise. He traps him above a flaming pit, leaving him in a coma, unable to wake from this nightmare. Yeah, because she lures him off because they all think they're not in the dream world yet. He leaves, and then all the others find out they're in the dream world first. He thinks he's in the real world still. She leads him off, lays him on the bed, and says, "I can get fired for this," and then takes her clothes off, kisses him, and then you just see the tongue just go. Oh, and then she just wraps the tongues around him. And then turns into Freddy.
You know what my problem is with this film? They don't really tell you why they have powers. Nancy didn't get any powers. So Nancy should have powers. Why didn't Nancy get any?
It's probably because only certain children can have them.
Oh, only the certain children, of course. The cliche
Just don't look too much into that.
We're reviewers. We have to look too much into it.
But
that's
still, I'm just
look too much, but not too much.
My thing is that only certain children can have them. That's what I'm saying. That's why in Dream Master, that girl's power was in Dream Master. The girl's power is that in the next film, she can have all the other powers of all of the other people
because everyone else has died.
So everyone dies, and she gets the powers from them. That's her power, and that's why she's called the Dream Master. Her
power is stealing other powers.
But somehow, in the next film after that, she doesn't have them anymore. Go on.
Wow. Okay. The cause of Joey's coma is believed by Sims and Dr. Carver, the Dean of Medicine of Western Hills, to be the hypnosil, and Nancy and Neil are subsequently relieved of duty. Although originally promising to listen to the children, Sims has an immediate falling out with Kristen and sedates her and isolates her in the quiet room.
Are you going to read that one as well?
Yes. Hang on. There we go. Neil once again sees Sister Mary Helena, or Helena.
Helena.
Yeah, Helena. Yeah, go into the abandoned part of the hospital. The sister tells him the story of why the hospital wing was shut down. A nun was locked in with inmates in the insane asylum and raped by hundreds of times by the inmates. She was eventually rescued and gave birth to Freddy.
That's why Freddy has the name of the son of 100 maniacs.
Nope, it's the sister refers to as the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Same thing. Go on.
She tells Neil to put Freddy's bones to rest in holy ground. Nancy's father, Donald Thompson. They were a joke. I deliberately did it.
So funny.
I saw Donald T and I thought I had to make a Donald Trump joke.
Oh my god. Go on.
Yeah, Donald Trump, now an alcoholic. Yeah. Yeah, you can see where this is going. Alcoholic, building walls. It's the only one who knows where they are. Upon confronting him, Donald refuses to believe that Freddy Krueger is killing again and refuses to show Nancy and Neil where the bones are. Nancy receives a call from the Dream Warriors, Taryn, Will, and Kincaid, saying that Kristen is going to be sedated and placed in the quiet room. Neil tells Nancy to go protect the kids while he stays behind to speak to the Trump.
Fuck off. Oh my god. I like what
I don't like Donald Thompson.
What? You don't like the Doctor?
I don't like doctors and Donald Thompson, to be honest.
Well, you don't like?
I think they're a bit bland.
You don't like Nancy's dad?
No, not really.
I like him. I think in the first film I think it's like the first film, yeah, I don't like him in that, but in this one I think he's got more character.
No, it's like based on first appearance.
It's more like he blames himself for not believing Nancy in the first film.
Oh, so then that's when he became an alcoholic.
Yeah, like he blames himself for not believing her. Like he now knows that Freddy was still there, and that's why he ends up going back to help.
And now he cries himself to sleep.
Upon arriving at the hospital, Max refuses to let Nancy see Kristen. However, Nancy goes convince him to
Excuse me.
What? What?
You missed a paragraph.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, wait, I did. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Neil finally convinces Donald to show him where... Fuck off. Where the bones are hidden. by physically threatening him. He picks him up some holy water. Oh, I love that scene. I love that scene in a crucifix at a church, and I like that scene because one of the priests just finds him stealing it.
I would have enjoyed it being like, quick cuts. It's like,
yeah,
something like that.
And that fucking priest is just there, like, can I help you? And they go to the junkyard where they find Freddy's bones and begin to dig a grave. Donald tries to escape several times, but Neil makes him stay for the funeral. Upon arriving at the hospital, Max refuses to let Nancy see Kristen. However, Nancy does convince him to let her say goodbye to the other kids. Nancy takes them to another room and they have a second hypnosis session to begin the final fight. Kincaid, Taryn, and Will enter the dream world with Nancy, but are immediately separated. Taryn, who uses switchblades in the dream world, attacks Freddy, but he turns his fingers into syringes and injects them into Taryn, killing her. He then sends a spiked wheelchair after Will, who in the real world is in a wheelchair, but can walk and use magic in the dream world. Will destroys the spiked chair with his magic and zaps Freddy, but he is unaffected and stabs Will dead. Nancy, Kristen... What was that?
I laugh.
Nancy, Kristen...
It's the way it's worded, that's all.
Yeah. Nancy, Kristen, and Kincaid rescue Joey from the flaming pit. They attack Freddy, but he's stronger than before. He reveals that when he kills his victims, he takes their souls and holds them captive inside him, giving him strength. In the middle of the battle, Freddy vanishes. Right, we've got...
It just disappears.
We're near end.
Yeah, we got a couple more.
Go.
As Neil and Donald are about to bury Freddy's bones, Freddy takes control of the bones and attacks Neil.
This is worded weird.
He takes control of the bones.
Yeah, go on.
And
it's weird fucking animation and all.
Donald finally believes that Freddy came back after his physical death and tries to kill him again. But Freddy stabs him and throws him up against a piece of metal, impaling and killing him. Freddy then throws Neil into the grave, but does not bother to finish him off and re-enters the dream world. Back in the dream world, Freddy creates a room full of mirror images of himself. The images begin to pull the remaining dream warriors in. Joey, however, discovers his voice and shatters the mirrors. Nancy believes this is the end of Freddy. Suddenly, Donald appears and apologizes to Nancy for not believing her and for causing all this trouble. As Nancy hugs him, Donald reveals himself to be Freddy and finally kills Nancy, much to his happiness. Kristen, in a fit of rage, fights Freddy. Kristen, in a fit of rage, fights Freddy, but is overpowered. Meanwhile, although wounded, Neil manages to throw the bones into the grave, pours holy water on them, and throws the crucifix onto the skull. Freddy is destroyed. Kristen mourns Nancy and says she will dream Nancy into a wonderful dream forever.
At Nancy's funeral, Neil discovers that Sister Mary Helena was really the spirit of Amanda Kruger, Freddy's mother.
The end, thank God.
Yeah, Helena was Freddy's mother. So, tell me your thoughts.
I don't like the power bit.
Yeah, like I think if they did come up with an explanation of why it's there, it would have worked. But they don't really explain it.
Yeah, that's what brings it down for me. They give them powers, no explanation. They just have them.
The only way we know that powers exist is that one girl can just bring people into her dreams. That's the only reason. We just don't know how they got them. Yeah, we know in our dreams that we can do anything, but,
Unless you have lucid dreams.
Yeah, true. What would you rate this film?
6. I don't, it's
I would rate it an 8.
Of course you're rating it. You like this movie.
Yes, I do. Right. First one's got a 10 for me. Like, first one's a 10.
I will admit the first one is rated pretty high because it's just a classic film.
Yeah. Like, the first one, for me, sometimes it just depends. Like, sometimes a sequel does better than the original. T2. Terminator 2.
Yeah, I was literally about to say.
Like, everyone knows that Terminator 2 does better than its predecessor.
I might get judged for this.
It's real worth it.
It's like World War as well. Everyone knows the first one, but you automatically just go to the second.
World War what?
When someone says World War, you automatically go to 2. You know there's the first one, but your mind just goes straight to 2 because
it's because I think World War II was kind of the worst.
They were both bad in their own way.
Yeah, but more people know World War II than anything.
Yeah, Russia really got fucked over right in the beginning.
Yeah. But everyone, that's our read through of the Friday the 13th Nightmare films. We have next will be Dream Master, then Dream Child. So Dream Master, Dream Child, then Freddy's Dead, then New Nightmare, then the remake. So we've got 5 more, and then we'll knock off our Freddy versus Jason solo films, and then we'll do and then we'll be done with Freddy versus Jason until we get another movie.
No, I'm surprised they didn't make a second one. I mean, they made an Alien vs Predator 2 as well.
What, Freddy versus Jason?
I'm surprised they didn't make a sequel already. They made 2 Alien vs Predator films.
I think it's just because Freddy vs Jason didn't do that good at box office wise. Like, I'm surprised. I'm sure that they would have. I'm sure that we would have ended if it did well. We would have got a sequel. I know people want a sequel, but just depends on viewpoint.
Yeah. To be honest, I think Robert Englund is getting a bit too old.
Yeah, he's getting to. I think he's even said that he's got one more film in him.
Like, I don't know if that means physically or mentally.
I think
because he is that old.
I think it might come down to that they do end up using. They don't get him to do everything, but I think he's definitely got one more movie in him, I'd say.
Yeah, did you know that Robert Englund was the reason Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker?
Eh?
Because Robert Englund went to audition for Han Solo in the original Star Wars, and he was friends with Mark Hamill, but Mark Hamill was asleep on the couch. And Englund told him to actually go to the audition. Englund didn't get the role, but Mark Hamill did as Luke Skywalker.
Could you imagine if Robert Englund was Han Solo?
I'm your boyfriend now, later.
How freaking weird that would be.
I'm your boyfriend now, Leia. Yeah.
He just wouldn't have like the charisma that Han Solo does.
I think they both have their own type of charisma.
But yeah. Well, I think that's a cue to end this episode. I've edited the last 2 videos from the week, so I have to edit this one. But yeah, guys, hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget this podcast is brought to you by the Slash & Cast Podcast Network and my YouTube channel, Social Media, if you would like to check that out. I talk horror and nothing but horror over there as well on the podcast. Tyler doesn't have any social medias to share.
Well, I do, but I don't want to share them.
Yes. Fair.
I only have Like Xbox is one hand me.
It's fine. It shares mine. It's fine. It shares mine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But guys, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And remember, keep watching horror, keep on slashing, and keep on doing what you're doing. And we'll see our friends later.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Boogeyman is real, and you found him.
Don't you blame the movies? Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.